didn't pay for the trips, and I've sold all my designer stuff just to even try to make ends meet at the house with having a baby. So as far as the trips and that qualifying for me being able to pay, I didn't pay for those whatsoever. I'm a stay-at-home mom, full-time with my kids. I don't currently have any income, and I've had zero issues with them and would just like to see my son.
Okay. Does that conclude what you wanted me to know? All right.
I mean, other than, yeah, since I don't have the evidence for that, I mean, I do believe that he's in danger with his father, but.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why did you stop the Soberlink and the PET testing?
So I really was not drinking. It somehow showed a low level of alcohol on the PET test. And so I did not go back the next day at requested because it already showed the low level. The Soberlink, John was paying for it. I never had the money for the Soberlink, and he paid for it and he stopped paying it. As for the visitation center, I tried to do the intake and they would not accept us because there was no history of family violence. And so we decided on me just getting to see him, but that became sporadic and just according to John's mood.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I wasn't the one ever paying for the Soberlink. John was paying for it and he stopped paying for it.
Okay. Attorney Seidel, I know in the request is that mother essentially in the request to release that mother doesn't have any access.
That's correct, Your Honor, because of the extreme need to protect the child's safety and welfare. I'll argue for why that type of restriction should be in place in this particular case.
I guess my question is, what, if any, even supervised, what would your client propose? What other alternative would mother have to see Mason at all?
I understand the court's concern, but there have been instances where he's allowed her to come visit that have not been, there's been no conflict. They are able to communicate. The times that she's come to the house to visit Mason has been with dad there, and not to my knowledge, there's been no conflict per se. Visitation at his discretion would probably be better for the child and the parties. But if we had to do a visitation center, Your Honor, we proposed, first of all, that she resume Soberlink. And I do want to correct one thing. After all the violations, the subsequent further temporary orders reflect that she was ordered to pay and maintain her own Soberlink. She just discontinued using it. But to go back to your question, we would propose that he be allowed to, at his discretion, grant visitation and mother to have Soberlink testing because she's repeatedly failed to follow the court's orders and comply